Stulla Nation. Let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. So now, Clue, he's got a lot to say, man. He's got a lot to say about the industry, man. Let's check it.
I'm not here to be friends with anybody, you know. Now, when I think of Pound Sterling, I think of Winners Talking podcast. Pound Sterling used to be a rapper, might still rap. And then it's crazy because fast forward, I sent you a message in like June to your DM. But all now I ain't heard no reply. When I say, is it personal? Is it personal?
So there you have it, people. Obviously, Clue hit up Pound Sterling thinking them on a call, get him on the podcast, EP's out, let the people know what I wanted. And this is coming from someone who knows nothing about Clue, bro. I've never even seen this guy before in my life. You know what I mean? So this is from my outside perspective. And this is how I feel about the situation, bro. And this is one thing I've learned in life. Yeah, you don't expect shit from nobody, bro. You don't expect nothing from nobody, fam. Yo, people, don't go on social media and everyone got their personal reasons why they do things in it. Me personally, I would say don't go on no social media and talk about next man aired out your DMs and this and that, bro. Just see it as, hey, yo, listen, no one has to do anything for you, bro. You know what I mean? No one has to do anything for you, bro. There's only one person that you should have expectations for, and that is yourself. You know what I mean? If I've hit up someone, they've aired out my thing. This is how I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna be like, alright, safe. Yeah, that alone, bro. Yo, the amount of personal drive that'll fuel in me. I'll be like, alright, I'm gonna get myself in a position where he's gonna want to hit me up to jump on my podcasting. Straight up, bro. I'm not gonna jump on social media and be saying, "Oh, yo, Pound, what's wrong, man? Is there a problem?" Nah, bro, fuck all that, man. You know what I mean? Like, yo, people, yo, listen, I've been telling people all the time, man. No one is coming to save you, bro. No one is obliged to do anything for you. So if you have a vision in your mind, if you've got a plan in your head, bro, put in your head that, yo, listen, you are on this journey by yourself. And you are going to get there by yourself, bro. Put in the extra work. If man ain't trying to help you out, put in the extra work, the extra shifts, yeah, to get yourself out there, bro. Put it in a way where, hey, yo, listen, if you ain't gonna try, you know, put light on my EP, I'm gonna put light on it myself. People are gonna hear this EP regardless, bro. Yeah, obviously, he obviously must have his reasons why he let the people know. So obviously, I ain't heard it, so I can't even make a judgment on it. For all I know, Pound Sterling probably didn't even see the message, bro. I'm pretty sure he's a man that will have his DMs flooded. He'll have his DMs flooded, bro. But if them man are cool like the way he made it seem to be, then he more than likely did see it. And everyone got their own reasons, man. No one is obliged to do shit for you, bro. Do shit yourself, man. You know what I mean? And then I saw a video on Belly Bounce. Belly Bounce is saying that Clue made a video about Fumes the engineer. So Clue was gone on like some podcast or something with Fumes the engineer, right? And Fumes the engineer's talking about him paying such and such person and paying such and such person and this is that. And he's saying, oh, how come he ain't hit me up to do a freestyle?
So he said, yeah, I've been paying all these rappers to do plugged in freestyles. I've got all the paperwork here in emails. Look at this, bro. So, yeah, let me look at that. 10 quid, 20 quid. All sorts of numbers, all sorts of quids. And all I'm thinking is, bro, never phone my phone for a freestyle, This is crazy. Bro then played some voice notes. People vouching that, he's flown straight with them, he's paid them, no problem. Still stuck in the back of my mind was that man are getting paid for freestyles.
And obviously that's a fair question, man. I ain't watched the interview. I don't know nothing about that, and I ain't watched the interview. My thing is this, bro, which links literally exactly what I just said. No one is obliged to do anything for you, bro. And if you had an issue with that, which is perfectly fine, I would have an issue too. Especially he said he's known him for 15 years. If he did have an issue, then I don't know if he did it. Then you should have addressed it there and then, bro. Get your feelings out there and then. Hey yo, listen, hey yo, wait there. So what? You've been paying people, and how come you ain't hit me up though, man? You know what I mean? Not come to, upon a big social media and, make your feelings known. Ask him there, right there and then, but even on the podcast, fam. You know what I mean? Like, that's just the way I see it, man. That's the message that I want to push out to people, bro. You know what I mean? No one's coming to save you, and if you got an issue, deal with it right there and then, bro. Not after, and then start speaking. Like, that's just my take on that, innit? And also, in regards to people being paid for the freestyles, obviously they're gonna be getting paid, bro. Like, I thought that would be just obvious, like. But then again, it's actually not kind of obvious. Maybe they would want to go on there for the platform. I don't know. It depends. For all I know, Fume's engineer might not see Clue as a big enough artist to want to pay him to do freestyle, bro. And maybe not everyone gets paid. Maybe the people that are gonna be bringing in mad traction again. I don't know Clue's numbers. I don't really know anything. Maybe Fumes only pays people that be bringing in mad traction, and then they can make a deal. And I don't know, I don't know the ins and outs in it. But the bottom line behind all of this, the message is nobody, and I mean nobody, is obliged to do nothing for you but you. Ladies and gentlemen, like, subscribe. Bow. I'm out.